Why, hello! I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama, and this is the latest installment on the exciting saga of Lock Them Up with Backyard Chickens. So, this is the first full day that my three hens have been in their pen as opposed to being in the backyard, and I apologize, I'm trying to get this sun out of your view. So, I'm going to give you some suggestions, some observations, but I need to admit that while I think we've won the war, we did lose a battle. So first of all, please don't judge me on this sad, pathetic, dilapidated excuse of a garden. Like, Dean, you're my buddy across the pond. Please be merciful. So this was my attempt to compromise of I want free-ranging chickens, right? I want them to be able to be in my entire yard space, but I also wanted a garden. Now, I don't do anything for show, as you can tell. This is my, less than $20 peach tree that I felt sorry for at Walmart. And, dollar packets of seeds and things like that. So I did have a peppermint over here and then a pot that ironically I was planting marigolds in for the chickens to enjoy because they love eating marigolds, but as you can see, that fell through. So they pretty much sabotaged. So what I ended up having to do is, if you've seen my previous videos, you saw that I had multiple layers of chicken wire going vertically around like a border, as well as on the top I had a soccer goal and a rake and a pool net and buckets and lids and all kinds of things to try to protect my plants because I don't really have a zone to put them in otherwise. So what ended up happening is that I went and laid down with my daughter for her nap. She's 2. And then my husband and my older child, my son, they were out doing yard work. And I came out, and in the peppermint pot that was over here, which was a shallow pot like this one, there was another egg in it. And I'm like, there's an egg? But my chickens are over there. But there's an egg. But they're over there. And I was like, this isn't a dove egg. Like, it's definitely an egg from one of my girls. What the hell happened? And my husband said, oh, I forgot to tell you, Calypso, I told you, Calypso, your alpha female, got out, and I had to throw her back over the fence. Okay, so got the egg, threw her back over. I will show you at some point when I'm not alone how to clip a chicken's wings. And actually, if you're lazy like me, you can just clip one of their wings and they will stay over. These posts that you're looking at are 4 feet tall and the fence itself is 5 feet tall. So I wanted to show you after 24 hours what I've noticed. First of all, they were very confused and very angry. I think if you started from the beginning, as soon as you let your chickens outside full time, like once you move them in, out of the brooder, basically you kick them out, right, and tell them to go get a job, which is pretty close, right, because now you want them to start laying eggs. If you keep them penned from the beginning, I think your life would be much easier than mine, and here's why. My girls, I don't think chickens really look up. Like, they're, other than instinctively like, oh, I think I hear a hawk, and I'm going to check the skies, if you will. Other than that, I don't think they really look up. See, look at her. She's mad. I know she is. It's like Jurassic Park. She's watching me and testing the fence for weaknesses. So I think what the problem was is that my girls had been free-ranging before. And if you've seen my other content, you know that this storage bin used to be back over here along this coop wall, the long wall of my coop. And Calypso, here they come. Here they come. They heard me. Calypso knew that she could hop up on, I'm afraid to even point, like I don't want her to see me do it. I'm afraid that Calypso got up onto the roof and then went and hopped over because, look at her, look at it. They never check the same place twice. So that's what I think she did. So, I mean, I'm hormonal right now. I'm exhausted. I have a very aching back. And so I started crying over my stupid little pots because I was like, the kids' Easter flowers, so they got, they planted these seeds for Easter, and all of my plants that I've had for years, they're killing everything. They just won't stop. I thought this battle was over. I'm never going to be able to relax. You can see I've got more pots that are ready to go. I've got more potting soil. I've got more seeds. We're going to go get more plants again next weekend because we're doing full landscaping. I mean, I was just so distraught because it's like, I'm never going to be able to relax if there's still a really good chance that they're going to get out. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Look at this. It hasn't even been 24 hours and these jerks are figuring out how to get out. Now, granted, only Calypso figured it out. The other 2 hens did not follow her. So, what we have done is taken an extra piece that I already had of that same wire. And I apologize, it's starting to get dark here. but I'll try to give you some different perspectives. This is it right here. So we took that extra piece that's probably, I don't know, 6-7 feet long, and we wrapped it around the vertical piece here on the end. Made it go over the coop. Over the roof. Oh, look at this, look. So see now, perfect example. They can't do anything. Now I'll show you, Dean, and anybody else who was asking, their wings are clipped. That coop is not quite 5 feet tall, so she made it at least 3.5 feet with, you know, not jumping off of anything or whatever from the ground on up. But I don't think they can do this full 5 foot of the vertical fence, so this was their only low point, because, you know, we wanted to be cheap and we wanted to put the coop at the edge of the pen, because that way I can access this door and this window without having to go in there, and this door and this window without having to go in there. So, you know, anytime I'm cleaning out poop out of the PDZ or out of the nesting boxes, if I want to just go get eggs, that kind of stuff, I'm not having to go in their pen. So I will say that since we did that earlier this afternoon, they have not gotten out. The other thing was this tire, which we use as a, pardon my language, as a half-ass dust bath that we kind of gave them, and we were like, oh wait, it's going to take a lot of dirt to fill that up. Never mind. Here's some leaves. That was here against the fence. I don't think that would have given them enough boost to get up over the fence directly, but I moved it way out of the way also. So we checked all of our connections, you know, against the fence. Like, you know, we were coming out and like trying to figure out what was her strategy. Let's see, watch her. Little brat. And see, now the problem is that they're going to be so angry with me for being locked in here that if they ever do get out, I know they're going to go straight to my plants, and they're probably going to, like, you know, poop in them and graffiti and just be hooligans about the whole thing. So we definitely lost the battle, because, you know, I was all excited. You know, we did this pen yesterday. I say we, it was my dad and my husband. I was watching children and blowing bubbles and doing other very tedious tasks, but I was all excited to come out and plant, like, oh, I've got new pots, I got more seeds, I got more dirt, woohoo! And I was going to take down that whole extravaganza over there of all the chicken proofing that I had done. And then I was like, how in the hell is there another egg over here? I don't understand. So now I'm going to be a little leery for a few more days, and we're going to wait and keep improving it and keep adjusting it. If you were not able to be around your chickens at all, I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we're out and about during the day. We go to play groups, we go shopping, stuff like that. But, you know, definitely, even during the week, I'm gone for maybe, yeah, I know you're mad, 3 or 4 hours. So I'm able to check pretty frequently. This sounds kind of ridiculous, but if you have a security camera or a wildlife camera or a motion activated video camera, something like that, you might want to put that out. Even if your chickens aren't inside, or excuse me, even if your chickens aren't outside yet, even if you don't have chickens yet, just to kind of see what trips your camera at night. I mean, it could be a raccoon or a possum, it could be deer, it could be skunks, it could be all kinds of stuff, just so you kind of have an idea. You know, my parents live not very far from here on some property. I mean, they have wild boars, they have foxes, they have all kinds of stuff. So just so you kind of know, I kind of want the camera just so I can watch my chickens. So if they get out, it's not us wondering, okay, it could have been that, or it could have been that, or it could have been that. But then we know. Daddy bird. But that's what's going on for now here with Real Simple Mama. The battle was lost. My poor Peppermint. I mean, it's made it through 2 freezes and young chickens. So hopefully my Peppermint is not lost. All of my plants, you know, they're like $2, $3 anyway, but that's not the point. The point is they're mine, and I said no, so keep your butts out. So hopefully this will be the happy compromise where we can have the garden that we want. You know, we still have chickens, we're still getting eggs, and life will be good for everybody. I am going to do an article on Real Simple Mama. Look for the chicken run build, where I will give you stats and details and step-by-step photos and the products that we used and the cost of what it was. Again, we're in Texas, but I'll show you, you know, what we paid for all of this. But I mean, overall, it was easily less than $100 to build this pen. Easily less than $100. I mean, it was barely over $50, to be honest. So I will help you keep your plants safe, keep your porches poop free, you know, whatever your goals are, because it's not fair for you to have animals if you're miserable. You know, they're living things, they need you every day, and they don't need, you know, animosity or you saying, I don't like you anymore, so fend for yourself. Another thing to keep in mind that I just thought of real quick. One last thing. As you notice, my chickens are drinking their water and eating their food right now, right? Well, now that they're in a pen, guess what? If they get out, and like I said, in my case, we're gone for a max of maybe 4 hours at a time with my kids. Usually it's less than that. Usually it's 2.5. I mean, I sometimes keep that bird bath filled. Sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. And they can free range for bugs and stuff. But guess what? If they get out, it's going to kind of be like, SOL, you don't have any water now. Haha. Bet you didn't think of that. So if you've got chickens in a pen and you can't watch them, again, maybe get a security camera. I don't like telling people that they need to buy stuff that they don't really need. You know, that doesn't make me happy. I'm sure that doesn't make your life any easier. But if you're wary, or if you're new to this, or if you don't really know what's in your area, you know, getting that security camera, that motion activated wildlife camera, might be a good idea. The other thing is you might want to keep out some water on the outside of the pen, just in case your chickens get out and they can't figure out how to get back in. Then at least they've got water. Food, I mean, they'll find. They can free range, you know, bugs and grass and all kinds of stuff, but water at a minimum. So anyway, I will patch these videos together because my alarms on my phone keep going off. But the battle was lost, but I think the war is won here as far as chicken penning is concerned. But again, I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama. I appreciate all my new followers. Thank you guys for your comments, for your appreciation. That means a lot to me, just to hear like, hey, all of your time isn't completely wasted. You're helping somebody. So I appreciate that. I always get back really quickly to comments or questions. You can email me, themama@realsimplemama.com. You can just comment here on YouTube. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful spring, and chickens are pretty awesome as long as they behave.